what that does to your mind and what that does to your spirit, you take on another person's idea of what sex is, right? You take on another person's ideology. You take on another person's uh, understanding, right? And since it's your first understanding or understanding that was forced upon you, sometimes that can become a way of life. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have a new spirit on you, right? You have a new voice talking to you, right? Telling you that, hey, I'm here. I'm in you. Like this other person transfers a spirit to you, right? That you're probably too young or not ready for. You're not ready for spiritually. You're not ready for it mentally. Most cases, you're not ready for it physically, right? And especially for especially for women at a very young age, physically, when things like that happen to them, when their innocence is taken away from them at such a young age, oftentimes they're not ready for it. Physically, their bodies are not developed enough to take the type of abuse, right? Take things into them. Their bodies, their minds are not developed well enough to understand what's going on. Their minds are not developed enough or their spirits are not developed enough to recover from it. And so, what tends to happen when we take on this new idea of life, this new idea of sex and interacting with another person, when we take that on, right, and we don't know how to recover from it, we tend to live life by that idea and either consciously or subconsciously teach it, right? Because our minds, our innocent minds, the virginity of our minds has been broken. You get what I'm saying? If you guys ever looked into when a woman loses her virginity to a guy, right? She takes on a lot of his attributes. She takes on a lot of his thinking and his mindset. And when a woman has too many sexual partners and too many men leaving their DNA in her, she takes on all those different spirits. This is why women tend to become very hard when they've had too many sexual partners. You understand what I'm saying? And if that first encounter is not what you wanted, and I'm trying to stay away from the word, right? I'm trying to stay away from the word as much as I can, right? I'm a straight shooter sometimes, right? I'll say the word, but when your innocence is stripped away from you, and when you begin to live life and you don't know how to deal with it, right? Those ideas, let me tell you right now, for all of you who have suffered something like that, those ideas that pop up in your mind, that spirit that you take on, right? it's not yours. You get what I'm saying? You've been forcefully handed um this new way of thinking. And I call it new because you've never had something like this before. You've never experienced it before. You understand what I'm saying? Um, even when it's, not necessarily a boy girl, it can be boy boy, and like in my situation, a girl girl, like in so many of our situations, right? We're not prepared to take on this, but we start to develop. Women can become extremely tough and extremely hard, and men the opposite, right? They become extremely soft and submissive,